Today, we're gonna hurt somebody. Someone is gonna break down crying today. We're gonna go deep. We're gonna go to the roots of some super deep issues today because we are asking a very, very deep, painful, and personal question. Why do you always find yourself making the same mistakes? Oh God, why have I done this video today? Why did we choose to take on this complex breakdown today? Lord have mercy. Why do you find yourself making the same mistakes? Why do you find yourself in the same traumatic cycles? Why do you find yourself going over the same crap again and again and again? This question is foundational to your life. This question is foundational to all our lives. My name is Pierre Yamfam. This is Get Out of Your Way. And let's figure this one out together. Let's figure out why you keep falling for the same person. Let's figure out why you keep lacking boundaries, putting others before yourself, comparing yourself to others, paying for things, for your friends and family, making excuses and, for procrastination and always overcommitting and burning out, finding yourself in the same dead-end job. Always reacting emotionally to situations rather than logically and strategically. Today, let's figure out why you haven't broken free from that cycle, from that trauma. Okay? But first, a little bit of accountability. Did I wake up on time this morning at 4:30 a.m.? And what is today's success principle? Catch you on the other side. Oh, beautiful people. Day 17, success principle 17. It is Friday. I am knackered, but we keep going. We keep freaking going because that's what successful people do. That is not today's success principle, by the way. But you just have to know that that is what successful people do. We keep going. Even when we don't feel like it, which you've heard me say over and over again on this channel, we keep freaking going. So glad it's Friday. I work out 5 times a week, Monday to Friday. Saturday and Sunday, I go into recovery. So I'm so glad it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. TGIF, whatever bullcrap that is. Anyway, let's jump into today's success principle. So, for day 17, success principle 17, I want you guys to understand that successful people are willing to do things alone. They're willing to go it alone. Have you ever heard of that saying that success is a lonely road? Well, frick me. Right now I'm in the gym by myself. It's freaking 5:50 a.m. I'm in the gym by myself. My friends aren't here. My colleagues aren't here. No one else is here but me. And guess what? I don't give a crap. I don't give a damn. This is the way it has to be. Because when you're in the top 1%, when you're in the top 5%, it's going to be a lonely road. There are going to be people who want to be with you, but they just can't. They just don't have what it takes at the moment in time in their journey. They don't have what it takes. And so, success, I never really understood before when people said that success is a lonely road. Never really got that. But 2025, starting this YouTube channel, doubling down on my discipline, doubling down on my character, who I am as a person, my focus, my drive, my habits, I realize success is a lonely path. Because There are only a few people on earth that are willing to do what needs to be done at the right times. And that's just how it is. But don't worry, it's not all doom and gloom, because when you get to the top, everyone's going to want to be around you. Do you know what I mean? So when you get to the top, don't worry, your friends will be there. You won't be by yourself. Because at that point, you'll have money, cars, houses, all of that bull crap. And people are definitely going to want to be around you then. So don't worry, it's not all doom and gloom. I'm joking. But no, it's important to know that there are going to be days where you're by yourself most of the time. And I want you to build a dialogue in your own brain. Build a dialogue in your own mind. Get comfortable. Yeah? Get comfortable with speaking to yourself, checking in with yourself, having chats with yourself, brainstorming by yourself, strategizing by yourself. Get comfortable with doing that. Okay? So, success principle 17, day 17. Sometimes you just have to do it alone. Keep going alone. Stand alone. Get comfortable with yourself and execute every single day, regardless of who's there or who's not there. Day 17, success principle 17. Successful people are more than willing to go it alone. And I'll catch you guys in part 3, the breakdown. I'm going to try and not die on this bike. I love you guys. I'll catch you in a bit. Day 17, success principle 17, it's a dark one. It's a dark freaking truth. Be willing to stand alone. Be willing to be by yourself. Get comfortable with speaking to yourself, having your own narrative. Make friends with yourself, because this journey that we're going on, this journey of success, as I so rightly said, when I was in the gym this morning, this journey is for a select few people who are willing to get out of their way, get out of their own way, and forge their path of success. It's a tough journey. It's a road that only some people are willing to submit to, and only some people are willing to make the sacrifices and cherish the things that they hold important. So that is a dark. It's hard, because I know you have friends. I know you got family. I know you got people that say they want to be there for you. They say they're your friends, but when that 4:30 a.m. alarm goes off, you'll know who your friends are. You'll know the ones who are there standing by your side, and it's not going to be a lot of people. Okay, so and that's why it's important to join like community groups, join groups of other like-minded people like you. That's a great solution, by the way, right? So yes, in your immediate circle, you may not have anyone, on your level. You may not have anyone acting like you. And so go and join Facebook groups, success groups. Go and subscribe to success-based channels. GOW, get out of your way. Subscribe to that channel. I heard it's a good channel. Subscribe to YouTube channels, places where they talk about success. So it's so that you feel that, oh damn, I'm not going crazy. There are other people out there like me who are getting up early, doing their thing, dominating, hooked on these success principles, and becoming the better version of themselves so they can give the best of themselves to the outside world. There are other people like us out there. Trust me, right? So that's success principle 17, day 17. I love that one. A little bit dark, but we got to get the dark ones out of the way, because success is both, everything's balanced. Everything's yin and yang, everything's balanced. So it's not all like, oh, be successful, think about optimistic things. The dark side has to come out, right? Think about being alone throughout this journey sometimes, and get comfortable with that. Okay, so absolutely brilliant. Part 3, the breakdown. I said it earlier today, we're going to hurt some people today. We're going to hurt some people because we are going to be asking some painful questions that people have been going through over and over again. And one of the most painful things in personal growth is to stop, look back at yourself, rip yourself to shreds and say, I did this wrong, I did that wrong, could have done this better. Looking at your own mistakes, especially when people have ego, it's a tough journey. So we're going to hurt some people today, but they say that success and progress doesn't come with a few scars, right? So let's jump in. Now, earlier on, we asked a very crucial question to your life. We asked, why do you find yourself making the same mistakes? Why do you find yourself in a constant cycle of trauma, doing the same stupid crap? And you know it's stupid crap because after the crap is over, you're like, God damn, why did I do that thing again? Why did I go see that guy again who, like, the same guy who freaking, I always go for the same shallow guys with no freaking depth to them. And why am I still in the same dead end job? And another day in this job. And why am I always paying for my friends and family to go do stuff? Like, why am I always putting myself out there helping other people before I help myself? Why am I always, why am I always over committing to stuff when I don't have the time? Find yourself stuck in the same mud over and over again. Why is that? We're going to break that down today. We're going to get into that today, okay? So that was a question you asked. Now, let's begin with understanding the problem. I like to begin these sessions with understanding the problem, okay? So the reason why you keep finding yourself in the same mistakes over and over again is because you are aware, you are actually consciously aware of the scenario you're in. Okay, so what I mean by that is, you know you're going on a dating app to look for another guy, right? You're on a dating app, you're going to look for a guy. You already know that you're going to the same dead-end job. You already know consciously that, someone else has asked you to do something. You do not have the freaking time, but you say yes anyway because you're trying to people please. Okay, so this is the illusion. Okay, this is the issue. You are repeating the same mistakes over and over again. By the way, just before we get into this, I don't know whether I should be saying this online, but basically, I've got this thing, right? There's this thing that I have with, how do I put this? Let's just say on this channel, we like to cut straight to the juice, okay? We like to cut straight through the fruit, get to the juicy bits, and fix things with speed. I am not your therapist. I am not your psychiatrist. I am definitely not a psychologist or any of the other ists that there are. I'm none of them, right? But what I have is a wealth of experience in life, a lot of reading, a lot of learning, a lot of understanding. I've been told by my friends and family that I am exceptional at breaking down complex concepts and making them simple and digestible and a little bit entertaining for people to understand, absorb, and do something about that and actually make real change in their lives. That's my unfair advantage. That is what I'm very, very freaking good at, okay? So I am not going to be acting like a therapist or a psychologist whereby, let's spend 3 years talking about the frick. I don't know what the frick, affirming your child, affirming your behaviors, whatever. I don't know what the frick they do when you go to these places, but basically, we're not doing that here, okay? Here, we like to cut straight to the juice, tell you exactly how I think things are, and if you implement it and it works for you, brilliant. If you implement it and it doesn't work for you, brilliant. Tell us in the comments, DM me directly, tell me, Pierre, you're a freaking idiot. I listened to the advice that you said and I got dumped. I lost my job. It's your fault. Tell me it's my fault. That's fine. I put myself in that position, right? Because I'm here to help people. And sometimes advice and guidance doesn't work for everyone. And I'm at peace with that. But I'm also at peace with the fact that I am most likely going to help more people than less people. Okay. So I just want to caveat that in there, that when we get down to the part 3 of these videos, when we're breaking things down, I'm not here to elongate out the process. I'm not here to have you hooked for like 2-3 years of no. This isn't therapy. This is, I don't know what the frick they be doing there, but this is direct to the core, direct to the juice, tell you as it is, take it or leave it, hopefully take it and try and implement it. And if it works, incredible. If it doesn't work, incredible, let me know. Okay, so I don't know why I had to say that. I just thought I had to get it off my chest because we're going straight for the juice here, and it can be quite direct and it can be quite, to the point. And I want you guys to know that the reason why I want to go straight to the point is because I don't want to waste your time. No one here has got time to waste. Let's get in, fix the problem, and get out. Don't know why I did that. Anyway, okay, so the reason why you're facing the same problem, okay? So the reason why is because you actually recognize that you're in these situations. Like I was saying, you recognize that you're in these different situations, okay? Let's take one example of dating, right? So I'm a girl, let's say I was a girl and I'm dating and I'm looking for a guy. Now, when you're looking for that guy, the reason why you make the same mistakes over and over again, we're going to be cutting straight to the freaking juice, okay? The reason why you're making the same mistake over and over again is because you are taking the external differences of each similar situation. You're taking the external differences and highlighting them as, oh, this guy's different because, I don't know, he's got a blue car, but the last guy had a red car, right? Or this guy's different because he held open the door for me, but the other guy didn't, right? Or this guy's different because he actually paid for dinner, but the other guy didn't, okay? So what you're doing is you're looking at all of these external differences in the situation rather than looking at a deeper common thread that is definitely running throughout all of these different dates that you're going on, because that's why you find yourself in the same place over and over again, getting hurt by all these guys, right? So I'll say that again. The reason why you keep making the same mistake with these guys is because you are not going deep enough into the similarities between the guys. It's the similarities that creates the cycle that you keep falling into, not the differences that your mind is so willing to look upon, is so willing to highlight and say, oh, he's different because X. Oh, he's different because Y. What's happening here is these are just all superficial differences. Okay, these are all superficial differences. There's a deeper layer of differences, which is actually what you want to be looking at. And that underlying thread is what you need to be looking for. That's what's going on. Okay, so that's why in every date you go on, you've already justified to yourself that this guy's different because of whatever's happened, whatever the scenario is. But what you're not doing is looking at the deeper thread. And this applies to every person's cycle that they find themselves in. You're not an idiot, right? You're not an idiot. You want to make a change and you want to do things differently. And the way that your brain is processing what change looks like or what difference looks like is you're looking at the superficial layer, top level differences between these same dates or these same scenarios that you're going into. You're looking at the superficial differences and your brain is calculating that, oh, that's the change I was looking for. He held the door open for me. That's the change I was looking for. And so when you attach change to these meaningless, oh my God, they're so meaningless. When you attach change to these meaningless differences, that's when you fall into the trap, because the fact is nothing's changed. You're still actually going into the same date with the same guy with a different name over and over again because we're not looking deep enough. Okay? And so it's actually, like I mentioned before, it's very painful to look at these differences and look at yourself and say, oh, actually, what if I'm the one making the mistake here? That's a very painful thing. What if I'm the one who's picking the same guy over and over again, right? And that's why you're rationalizing to yourself all these external factors, because it's less painful to look at these differences that's on the surface rather than looking at yourself and saying, I'm the problem. I need to get out of my own way. I need to do the work and go deeper and look at why am I choosing these same guys over and over again? What is it about them that my soul is seeking? What is it about them that I am craving? And where, because craving is, the foundation of craving is lack, right? So the foundation of craving is lack. You are craving something because you lack something else, right? So where is the lack within me? This is the hard work that you need to look at. Where is the lack within me for why I'm acting in this way? Forget about dating for 10 seconds. Same thing applies with overcommitting, people pleasing. You are people pleasing so freaking much because you are seeking approval from someone in your past or someone who still exists in your life now. You are seeking a certain type of approval that is not being fulfilled. Or if it was in your childhood, you're seeking an approval that's not being fulfilled. And because this approval has not been fulfilled, you constantly, on a day-to-day basis, seek it from other people, right? So the lack of approval constitutes a certain type of behavior when it comes to the external world, okay? And that's and it applies with bring me any trauma cycle, bring me any repetitive mistake that someone's making, and I will show you the superficial differences between the same mistakes that they're making. I can show you the superficial differences and show you why they go into each one. Because, oh, this one's different because X, this one's different because Y, oh, this one's different because Z. They're not different. They're exactly the same. But you're looking at the superficial differences on the top layer, and I will show you how they're not looking at the common thread running between all of them. I can then easily show you what they're craving, and therefore I can show you what they're lacking. Another caveat: I have not studied psychology. I have never studied psychiatry. I have not gone to. I don't have a degree on this stuff. Again, I read a lot of articles. I read a lot of books. I watch a lot of lectures. I gather all my information from the people that I listen to and learn from. Okay. So let's just caveat that in. Okay. The caveat that in. Now, as a result, now, what we need to ask ourselves is, what is essentially, if that's what we're doing, and if that is a problem that we find ourselves in, then essentially, what is the solution for this? How the frick do we fix this illusion of assessing situations and going into them even though we shouldn't? What's the solution? How do we break free from these freaking frustrating and magnetizing problems that we keep being attracted to? How do we get out of that vibration, right? So first things first, as with most things, you have to accept full responsibility for the situation. You find yourself in the same dating relationships, 100% it's your fault. You find yourself overcommitting, people pleasing, paying for things that you shouldn't do, still in a dead end job, all that bullcrap. It is 100% your fault. Take full responsibility. Now, people struggle with this. Oh no, how is it all my fault? He, she, they clearly did this. Fine. You can try that path. Come back to me when it doesn't work, because the elites know that doesn't work. What we're doing when we take a full responsibility, which I explained, I think in video 1 or video 2 on this channel, I explained the power of taking full responsibility. When we take full responsibility, what we're doing is we are shifting all of the power for change, and we're shifting all of the power for leveling up. We're shifting that all over to ourselves. We're bringing that all over to ourselves. When you take full responsibility, you have full 100% power to make a change. When you give some of that responsibility to someone else, you are begging, hoping, asking of that person to make a change so it can benefit you. Good luck with that. Some people may make the change. Well done, you won on those ones. And some people will never be able to make a change in this lifetime for themselves. They will never be able to make the change. And then you're stuck waiting for a change that will never come. It's a fool's game. Don't do it. Take full responsibility for every single thing that happens to you. It is empowering. It is uplifting. It is enlightening. And it gives you the full scope of the situation to see where you could have done better in different scenarios. In the same scenario, but in different ways. It shows you how you can do better, right? So number 1, always take full responsibility. Now, number 2, I want you, and these are actionable steps, right? So number 1, Take time to sit with yourself and take time to take responsibility for the constant pattern you find yourself in. It's no one else's fault but your own. Tough. I told you we're gonna hurt some people today, but it's true. Okay. Number two, I want you to analyze the situation. Forget about the surface layer similar differences that you think, oh no, this was different because no. Forget about all those differences that are just surface layer differences. Oh, he had different hair. He had a different color car. He held open the door for me. He whatever, right? Oh no. Oh no, it's different. That person asked me to help them build their house, but this person just asked me to write them an email. So it's different. It's different amounts of overcommitment, right? Because one's helping build a house and more energy, and one's distracting. No. The person who asked you to build their house and the person who asked you to write their email for them when you have no time to do either, both of those people are abusing you in exactly the same way. What they're doing, and you're allowing them to abuse you, because what you're doing is you are doing, your responsibility is you are not setting your boundaries. This is my schedule. This is how much time I have. I'm sorry, I can't help. It doesn't matter what the help is. Do you see the help? What the help is? That's a superficial surface layer that means nothing. Whether it's building a house or writing an email, do you have one more second in your calendar right now to do any of that? Do you even have 1 second in your calendar to go partying, for example, or to go to the club? No, you don't. So can you see how it doesn't matter what the superficial difference is between your people pleasing? It's all the same people pleasing. Okay, so I'm trying to control this cough. Jesus Christ, it's getting better, people. It's getting better. So step number two, after you've taken responsibility, is I want you to analyze the situation and look for the common thread between the issues. In the scenario we just said, the common thread between the issues is you have not set your boundaries. The superficial difference is yes, they're different asks, and yes, they're asking for different things, but that's not what the deeper philosophical issue is here. The deeper philosophical issue is you have not set your boundaries, and therefore, let me give you. Well, no, that example is actually, I'll use that for another video. I don't think it's relevant. It's 100% relevant here, but essentially, analyze the deeper reason. Okay, now once you've analyzed the deeper reason, I want you to put together what I like to call a 3-step battle plan. Okay, there's a 3-step battle plan that I want you to implement when you've done the work on taking full responsibility. Then when you've analyzed the situation and found out what it is that you haven't done, and within that, when you found out what it is that you haven't done, for example, you haven't set your boundaries, try and analyze it deeper and say, okay, I haven't set my boundaries. Why? Why haven't I not set my boundaries? You haven't set your boundaries because you are seeking, especially when it comes to people pleasing, you are seeking the approval of the people who you are overcommitting to. So if you're seeking approval, that means you are lacking some kind of love, and you are lacking some kind of approval and attention in either your childhood or currently in your life, in other areas of your life. You are lacking love and attention and approval. Okay? You're lacking love, attention, and approval in some other area of your life or in your past. Full stop. 100%. That's why you people please. Okay? So now you need to look at that and try and work out. You need to look at that and you need to do the work in those arenas. Let's say it's from your childhood. There are meditations, there are therapists, people you can go to unpack that trauma, console your inner child, hug them, stuff like that, and actually tell your inner child, tell yourself, that it's okay and that you're safe now, and you don't need to seek that approval anymore. Stuff like that. That you're enough as an individual. You are enough, right? So go deeper. Once you analyze what you haven't done, which is you haven't set the boundaries, figure out why. Where were you lacking that? Where have you not set boundaries in previous ways before? Okay. Now, then step 3 is I want you to create a battle plan. The battle plan comes with obviously 3 steps. The first step is to recognize. I want you to map out a way of recognizing when you're in the same situation. Okay. So let's stick with the people pleasing example. So you get an email from a colleague, and the email says, "Hey, can you help me write this email for our manager, for my manager, whatever?" You don't have the time. You definitely do not have the time. You don't have the bandwidth or the energy. That colleague is more than capable of writing their own damn email. And what people have started to recognize in your network is that if they just ask you for something, you'll do it because of your people pleasing. So maybe now people are asking you things and they're over indexing on asking for your help because you've been saying yes this whole time, right? So patterns are dangerous because it creates other patterns in other people, which is very dangerous. Okay, so you get this email. And your colleague says, "Can I help? Can you help me write this email?" I want you to write down a strategy and a formula to recognize when you are in the same situation where you're about to say yes. In this case, you're about to people please. I want you to recognize, create a formula for recognizing that. And apologies. What's quite powerful is if you can do something abnormal in the moment, right? Because that's what actually breaks the neuro pathway. So you get the email, you read the email, you feel that urge to say, yeah, sure, like without even freaking thinking. What I want you to do is I want you to find a way to recognize that you're in a situation. And it could be like, when someone asks me to do something, before answering, I snap my fingers 3 times, just like this. That's it. That alone will break you out of certain pathways and patterns of behavior, some paradigms, because you don't usually do it. Okay. And what that does is it snaps you out and it's like, okay, oh my God, I'm in that situation. Oh my God, I'm here. I'm here. And it's like you're looking at yourself, right? I'm in the situation. I can do something about this. Number 1, create a formula to recognize that you're in the same situation. Number 2 is I want you to describe out loud. Now, this is a very powerful psychological technique where what you do is out loud, if you can, if you can't do it in your head, I want you to describe and label the scenario that you're in. Very freaking powerful, okay? So I want you to say to yourself, God damn, I'm at work. I've been here before. I know what this feels like. I've got an email from my colleague and they've asked me to help them with a task that I've got absolutely no time for. I know this colleague is more than capable of writing their own email. In fact, this colleague has asked me multiple times to write emails for them. I know exactly what situation I'm in. I've been here before in many different scenarios where someone asks me to do something that they can do for themselves, but also when I don't have the time myself and I end up overcommitting and people pleasing. I've been here before. That's it. You see, that's it. That's the script that you want to write to yourself. Just like that, right? And then when you write out that script, I then want you to do part 3, which is actually to rewrite the script. In psychology, a lot of behavior change is about replacing. Rather than stopping or going cold turkey, it's about replacing. If you can replace one behavior with another behavior based on all the science and research, you're more likely to make a change rather than trying to stop and just discontinue any kind of behavior. Okay? So rewrite the script. So out loud again, I want you to say to yourself, what I love about myself is I am fully conscious of the time and energy that I have throughout my day. And what I love about myself and what I now realize is that whenever someone asks me to do something, I am confident and I am sure within myself that I'm happy to say no, and I'm confident and powerful enough to say no because I put myself first. I put what I am doing first. And if I have time and effort and if I have time and energy after the fact, I will be more than willing to help X, Y, or Z with whatever they do. I'll be more than willing to help other people. I realize now that all of my overcommitments and people pleasing was actually due to my parents not showing me much love or any love at all when I was younger. And I now realize that I'm seeking that love and approval from my colleagues and my friends by doing as much as I can for them at the detriment to myself. That stopped. I'm so glad that stopped yesterday. Okay. Or I'm so glad that stopped today. Don't say today because that's not really good language for your future. But I'm so glad that I've stopped that now. And now I put myself first and I put my health first. I put myself first. And actually, in doing so, I found myself being able to help people in a much more effective way because I'm now the best version of myself. Say something along those lines. Obviously, shorten it down. I'm here saying speeches. I'm here dropping freaking Shakespeare sonnets. It doesn't need to be that elaborate, right? It can be if you want it to be. I like them like that, but you don't have to be like that. It can be a little bit shorter, a little bit, to the letter, to the script. Okay? So now, this is what I want you to do. Now, I want you to really appreciate, in summary, I want you to really appreciate that these patterns that you find yourself in, they will not break by themselves. And I want to make it very clear, I am not religious, right? I was born a Christian, but I'm now not religious. I'm spiritual, okay? So I believe in the universe. I believe in energy flow. I believe in karma. I believe in that we're all connected, that we're all one, that you're my brother, you're my sister, and I'm here to help you. And hopefully hopefully you find it in yourself that you're here to help me as well. But I don't mind that. I'm here to help as many people as I can. I know what my purpose is on earth, and I'm in love with everybody. I'm in love. It's all about love, and it's all about connectedness, and it's all about oneness, and it's all about a journey to self-enlightenment, and it's all about your soul's journey that I believe actually repeats itself over and over again as you move towards enlightenment until you get there. So I believe I've already lived before. That's what I believe. I believe I've already lived before in another life, in another body, and I was on my journey. I'm on my journey, and in this life, this is what I'm doing, and this is who I am, and I know what my challenges are, and my job is to conquer them as best as I can in this life. And then the next Pierre, in the next life, will continue the journey, and eventually we'll all get to self-enlightenment and be one. Right? That's what I believe we do. That's why I believe we're here. Now, the reason why I'm telling you that is because when you look at patterns and cycles, which is the topic of today's episode, these patterns that we find ourselves in, it fits really nicely with what my beliefs are and what people who have spiritual beliefs, it fits really, really nicely in what we believe. Because if you think about it, the spirit, we believe the spirit is on a journey of self-enlightenment. We believe the soul is on a journey of learning and growth. Now, have you ever noticed that the universe keeps giving you the same cycle and pattern and trauma over and over again until you change? Have you ever noticed that? You just keep getting the same bullcrap over and over again, and it's like the universe is relentless. It's just hitting you at all angles. You're getting the same bullcrap. They all look different, but it's the same bullcrap over and over again. And until you change, nothing changes. Think about that, right? So that's why I believe, that's part of the reason why I believe we're all here for a journey. We're all here to grow, and we're all here to recognize our challenges, put them right, and then grow. That's why I believe we're here, because the human experience seems to elevate when we deal with our traumatic cycles, when we deal with our patterns of behavior, our paradigms, when we deal with the negative ones, the human experience genuinely seems to elevate. And so that's what I think we're here to do. Okay? So notice that the patterns and these cycles won't change until you take control You face your mistakes, you face your issues, and you rewrite the story and you implement that. Okay? Summary number one. Summary number two is I want you to really think about making a choice as well, right? So I want you to make a choice. I want you to think to yourself, am I happy to be stuck in this bullcrap? Sounds like a stupid question because of course you're not. But ask yourself, am I happy to just stay here and keep doing this? Or do I need to make a change? Do I need to get out of my own way? Do I need to unstuck myself, unstick myself? Do I need to become unstuck? Sorry, it's Friday evening. I am knackered. I'm just joking. Do I need to become unstuck from this? Right? And do I understand that the situation I'm in and the situation I keep finding myself in, it will be different, but only once I'm different. Ask yourself that. Do I truly understand that when I change, the situation around me will change? Okay? And that's how you end the cycles. That's how you end the patterns and the traumas. And that's how you elevate yourself up into the next level, the next ascension of the human experience. Namaste. I have never said that in my life. I don't know why I just said that. It sounded right. It sounded right. So incredible. Guys, that finalizes and wraps up part 3, the breakdown. I hope you found value. I hope you understand the traumas and patterns that you're in and how to come out of them, and you have something actionable to take away. And for now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm joking. Part 4, the blueprint. Okay. Today we're going through the calendar. I am buzzed because today we're going to go through a typical day in the life of Pierre Yamfam. We're going to go through a typical day, and I'm going to show you how I time box my day throughout that day, right? I'll show you what I do throughout the day. So we'll go for a typical day, show you how it works, and that will be for today's session. And then get ready because, of course, on Tuesday, I think next week, Tuesday, in a few days' time, you're going to get your own calendar ready to time box your life and achieve successful moments. Guys, I'll catch you in part 4, the blueprint. And we are back. Part 4, the blueprint, ladies and gentlemen. Awesome. So for today, as I mentioned, we are going to go through one day in my calendar. It's a sneak peek, okay? It's a slight little dive into the life of Pierre Yamfam. This is an exclusive. I'm not that important, don't worry. I'm joking. Let's jump in to the screen share and let's get straight to it. I don't know why I'm chatting slack. As I said, it's Friday evening. A lot's happened this week. I'm very excited. I'll give you a little quick update on a few business things that's happening at the end of the video, and I'm talking too much, okay? So I'm gonna tone it down and I'm gonna get through this episode 17 together with you, and we're gonna keep going, all right? So, a day in the life of Pierre Yamfam. How do I time box my day, and how does it really align with my values and make sure that everything that I do is taking me one step closer to my end goal, which is making the world a better place, right? Let's figure this out. So I'm gonna look at a Tuesday. Yeah. So on a Tuesday, I begin my day by having 6.5 hours sleep. That's what I'm supposed to have. That is not happening. I'll just be honest. It is not happening in that way right now. And it's never happened that way. From a young age, from like GCSEs, I've been like sleep deprived. Okay, so I'm working on this, but it's getting better. And next week, we're going to be going through my sleep tracker. So you're going to see my sleep tracker from last year, 2024, and you'll see my sleep tracker this year, and you'll see that I'm working on it. But sleep is not my friend. Sleep is my friend. I need to talk in a much better positive tone. Sleep is my friend, but right now we're arguing. Okay? Freaking make myself laugh, frick's sake. All right. Right now we're freaking arguing, but it's okay. So I'm supposed to start my day with 6.5 hours of sleep. That's right for me. For you, you may want to start your day with 7 hours, 8 hours. What I would advise is try go to bed earlier and wake up early. Okay, so go to bed at 8, wake up at 5. Don't go to bed at like midnight and wake up at 11. The amount of sleep does not equate to the quality of sleep. Okay, and we'll get into the circadian rhythm and all that stuff another time. Okay, so that's how I start my day, 6.5 hours. As soon as I wake up in the morning, I begin my morning routine. Okay, so my morning routine consists of a set number of things. So these are all the things that I do in my morning routine. Again, remember, I've been performing on this level for a very long time. So this is what I do, but your morning routine can be a lot more simplified and a lot more attuned to where you are in your journey, so you can build up to this level with speed. Don't make the same mistakes that I did, where I tried to pack everything in at once and I fell off the horse so many times. Okay, so start small and gradually build. You'll get further than me much quicker. Frick's sake, I wish I had someone to tell me that advice when I was starting out. You are welcome. I'm joking. So, wake up in the morning. I drink water straight away. I greet the universe. Go out for my walk. In my morning walk, my meditative walk, I go out in nature, take off my shoes, connect barefoot with Mother Nature, and I feel that oneness with the universe. That's what I'm doing in the morning when I go for my meditation walk. Come back from my walk straight to the workout, do my workout, minimum 20 minutes, 120 BPM heart rate, get all that done, get all that good stuff done. Today I was today I done bike and rowing machine. Okay, 10 minutes each. Then I do my ice shower. I'm gonna go through this morning routine in another video, more focused. But this is just like an overview, right? I shower, then I do my yoga. Within my yoga, I do my 6 phase meditation from Mindvalley. Then I do my affirmations, my power pose for 2 minutes, my Duolingo, which is Spanish, and my Luminosity, which is my brain sharpening games. Then I read for 20 minutes and I do learning for 30 minutes. So imagine I'm reading for 20 minutes and I'm doing learning, which is like I'm learning something for 30 minutes. So for 50 minutes of my morning routine, for 50 minutes, almost 1 hour, I'm leveling up every morning. Now, if you take someone like me who's reading for 20 minutes every morning and learning for 30 minutes, doing a course, whatever, for 30 minutes every morning, 50 minutes, 1 hour of my day is spent leveling up in that way. Put someone like me next to someone who isn't doing that, and what is going to be the outcome after a year? There's no competition. Do you see? So this is how you want to live your life. This is how you want to live your start your days, with elements of this to begin with, and then build up to something like this. And I have more things that I want to add in here that's going to give me a better start to the day. Okay, so that's what I do in my personal growth. Apologies. That's what I do in my morning routine. Okay, then I go into my deep focus sessions. So in my deep focus sessions, you'll see at the end it says FF, ID, GW, GW, right? So these are the different businesses that I'm focused on at the moment. So we have Finders Force, then we have Impact Designs, my design agency, creative agency. I just call it Impact now. It's shorter and nicer. I just call it Impact. But yeah, Impact Designs, ID. So we've got Impact. Then we've got GW, which is Go, get out of your way, what we're doing right now. So we've got GW. Then we've got some, yes, and within that, when I start my day, I begin with Finders Force Deep Focus work. Then I go into my admin, which is 20 minutes of admin. So you know, like how sometimes people will like message you and you want to try to reply to them straight away. Don't do that. When people message you, unless it's an emergency, when people message you, you reply to them when you're ready. And I've got a slot at 9 to 9:20. I've got a slot where I believe I'm ready after my 1 hour of work with Finders Force. I believe I'm ready to reply to these messages. That's when I try and get my messages replied to. Okay. Do the same thing at lunch. Do the same thing in the evening. Unless it's an emergency, people should not have demand and control over your attention. You should be the only one to have demand and control over your attention to get through your day. Okay? Then I go into my deep focus with Impact, have lunch. Then I have these meeting slots which are available between 2 and 3, just in case someone needs me. Hopefully they don't and I can keep working, but that's beside the point. Then I go into my floativity. So middle of the day, around 3 p.m., I'm going for a 30-minute walk, 30-minute, maybe I have a rest and maybe I nap for 30 minutes. But the idea here is to do something flowy, go roller skating. Here's you do something flowy to recharge yourself for the second half of the day, the second half of focus. Okay. Then I do my deep focus with Go. Then I do Lifebook, which is a course I'm really focused on right now. Lifebook. Then I do my next bit of Go work, and then admin again. Then conscious recharge. For conscious recharge, I'm doing my reflect and upgrade. So I call my journal reflect and upgrade. What went well, which I'm going to show you guys in another week as a blueprint document. What went well? What didn't go well? Did I learn any insights for the day? Or did I have any insights, like deep thoughts that day? What did I learn that day? And what serendipities happened that day? So what like cool things did I attract? And what things happened that day which fell into line really nicely? So I log those things every single day. Okay. So I do that in conscious recharge. I do my yoga, I do my reflection upgrade. And yeah, that's in my conscious recharge. Okay. Then I wind down. In my wind down, go for my nighttime walk, brush my teeth, shower, do my reading, my nighttime reading. So I read twice a day. I read twice a day. I read in the mornings, the morning routine, and I read again at night, which you'll see, which you probably saw in my tick sheet that I showed you the other day. Okay, so then I end with sleeping. Now, as I said yesterday, some people can look at this calendar and be like, this guy's crazy. This son of a bitch, he be moving with block to block, back to back. He ain't got no time to scratch his bum, right? He's got no time to scratch his ass. The guy is non-stop. That is no life. That is not a life for me. And that is okay. That is okay. If you want to have times in your calendar, if you have time in your life vision where you do not need to have things back to back like this, that's your life choice. That's your style of life. That's okay. That's good because at least you know what you want in your life, right? What I would suggest is still have things back to back, but label them. So let's say you don't want to work all these hours. That's fine. Maybe you have a family and you need an hour, 2 hours of family time every day. That's fine. Put it in as family time. Time box what you're supposed to be doing at that time. If you want free time to do whatever it is you want to do, put in the hour of free time, but call it free time. Do you get it? The point isn't that my calendar is back to back. If you're gonna go down that path, you're missing the point. The point isn't that my calendar is back to back. The point is that in my calendar, I do everything that I want to do. Damn, that felt empowering. I do everything that I want to do in my calendar. You do everything that you want to do in your calendar. The difference between you and I is that you don't have a calendar. Do you see? Or if you do have a calendar, is it structured where you've got everything that you want to do that aligns with your values and pushes you to your goals? Do you have it structured? So we can both have calendars in our different styles of life, but make sure your calendar is your own and you're organized and you're in control of your own time. Okay? So a day in the life of Pierre Yamfam, that's what it looks like. And I do that every freaking day. Obviously, some days are a little bit different with quality time and family time on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays, but it's practically the same. That's what I do. That's how I get by. That's how I fly high. And that's how I get the job done. Okay? Time box your calendar. As I mentioned yesterday, I only have 6. I only have 6 different colors. I only have 6 different colors that map out my calendar. My gray is sleeping, my green is personal growth, my light blue is work, my dark blue is admin, my red is meetings, my purple is relaxing or chilling. And yeah, so I've only got 6 colors. You will have a similar number. Okay? So that, my friends, wraps up part 4 of the blueprint. And now I want to give you a very quick update, business update, with how things are going in my life. So today I got 2 emails back at the same time, practically within an hour of each other, which I was really shocked by, but I'm happy for. So one of the emails is from an investor, and things could be looking good with that. Going to meet him, scout things out. You know how it goes. No promises, but we'll see what the landscape is with that investor. So that's looking great. I'm going to that on Friday next week, Friday the 31st. I'll be at that meeting. That's awesome. And then in terms of launching the app, Finders Force, we now have a client that we're speaking to, one of the top clients in the industry. We've already done one pitch to them. They loved us, and now they want us to come to their offices, pitch again, to say the same thing again, basically to the CEO, CMO, CFO, everyone, like top leaders in the company. And when that goes well, we will begin a trial. So that meeting's going to be in February. I'm just not too sure when. So I am buzzed that both those emails came through today. Things are progressing with Finders Force, and I'm very freaking happy. And I'm launching a new venture, which I think you guys know. I was in Moorgate in London last week actually, to meet up with some partners and see if we can get some investment opportunities up and running. And that is looking incredible. So that will be live in about 7 days. Passive income, residual income, quick setup, a lot of energy in the setup, then chillax in the maintenance. So that project is looking very, very good. I may give you guys some more details on that in a bit. But for right freaking now, my name is Pierre Yamfam. This is Get Out of Your Way, episode 17. Still can't believe it. And I think today we figured this one out together. I will catch you in tomorrow's episode. Peace.